Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 3 of my Arsenal career mode. Now before I get into this episode properly and finish off the transfer window, I'm going to sound really repetitive again because I think I said it in the last episode as well. Thank you so much for the support in the previous one. I think we got 400 views on the last one so far, and I think I got, was it 34 likes, something like that? That was absolutely incredible. So I'll tell you what, if you hit 30 likes on this one, then I will upload another Arsenal career mode straight away. That is going to be what I'll do for you guys if you do hit 30 likes. So please go hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get on with this episode. Let's see whether we can sign any other players. There were some other suggestions like, is it Icardi, is that I pronounce his name, from Inter Milan? Potentially getting Danny Welbeck as part of that deal. And also getting in Jack Butland as well for the bench. And that meant that obviously we'd have to get rid of Ospina. So that was something I was thinking about. I don't want to get in so many players in the first season that it's like a whole new squad. So I've got to be careful how many players I actually upgrade. But it is something to think about, definitely. Ospina is 26 years old. He's not particularly old. I'm not a huge fan of him due to his height, really, in game. So I'm not a massive fan of him. So Jack Butland will be an interesting signing. And obviously Icardi would also be an interesting one, getting rid of Danny Welbeck. So there's something to think about. I probably won't get them straight away. It might be that I make a move for them later on in this transfer window, or maybe even in January. But for now, I won't be putting in any bids for those players. I will just be going through the rest of the transfer window and thinking about whether I need any more players going through each individual game. But what we will do is set up some player drills to start off with. I'll be back in a minute once I've decided what players I'm going to be doing. Okay, these are the players I've gone with now. For the first 4 players, the quite obvious ones that I've gone with. But with Gimenez, I've actually gone with headers and volleys. That's to try and improve his stats of attack position and volleys, just so that he increases in overall. You can see his bar is so close to going up to 79, so potentially he could go up in overall after doing these drills. Let's see how we get on though. Welbeck gets a C, Oxlade-Chamberlain with a C, Wilshere with a C, and Ward-Prowse also as well, and Gimenez with a D. So not too bad. We still need to obviously try and improve them a little bit more so we can actually get the individual attributes up slightly more, but we are going quite well at the moment, which is brilliant news. Any other players I have transfer listed? I'm trying to remember whether I've got any more to sell. Yeah, we've got quite a few still, Flamini being the main one out of those, just to try and release that 60 grand. Also, the budget does carry over from seasons, or part of it does carry over. I think it's a certain percentage, so I don't really have to spend all my money if I don't want to this season. But it's anyway just something to look at potentially. I might sign some players in the January transfer window, it really does depend. But for now, I'm actually really happy with that starting 11. I can't see any other players to improve it. Obviously got Cavani and Gaia onto my starting 11, but other than that, it does look very strong. So we might just sim some days and see whether we do have any more bids coming in. And we've got Atletico Madrid coming back saying that they're not interested in the player I've included for this Torres deal, and that was Flamini and 10 million I did towards the end of the last episode. So I'm not actually going to pursue this one because I've had a different idea that's going to be a bit more realistic than getting in Torres. I believe he was linked from PSG, and is it Rabiot or something? He looks like a really good youngster, and he's going to be a player that I'm going to try and get in as part of a trade deal with Flamini. So I think that's going to be a bit more of a realistic one. He was linked along with obviously Cavani, who didn't end up joining, and neither did Rabiot in the end. But we're going to go 7 million, and Flamini was worth 2.5. And we'll see what PSG say to that. It might be I'm overpaying. I'm not really too sure. We'll just have to see what they come back and say with that one. Transfer offer in for the young right back, 130 grand from Crew Alexander. Not great really, is it? Will counter offer 150. No doubt they probably won't match it because they don't tend to like to do that, some of the lower league clubs. But we'll see what they come back with anyway. Transfer offer in for Flamini, but before we look at that, it is from West Ham. PSG have actually accepted the 7 million and Flamini, so we won't bother with the transfer that we've got from West Ham. We'll go 5-year deal. I don't want to give him 60 grand a week. I'll give him 50 just so he don't waste any time. And I think we'll go squad rotational player. I think that's fair. I'm not too sure of his overall. I suspect it'll be around 74, which it was last year. And we will reject the bid from West Ham for Matthew Flamini. So yeah, that should be good enough to get him in, hopefully Rabiot, and we'll just see going into the Crystal Palace game whether I can sign him before then. But transfer offer in here for Tafari Moore, I think, Exeter City, 1-year loan deal. We'll just go along with that one. We'll send him on loan and hopefully he can improve. And we've got Crew Alexander coming back in saying they don't want to match it like I thought, and we will just accept 130 grand for our young right back. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be it until we get to the Crystal Palace game now, unless he accepts, otherwise we might be able to actually sign him, which would be good news for us. No, we've not signed him. I've just got some final scout reports back for some youngsters that I scouted. I think it was in between episodes, and one of them being Marcos Lopez, who I'm a huge fan of. Massive young talent there. And I think he's someone that I'd like to sign, probably in the January transfer window. Obviously, he's recently joined from Man City on this, so that's fair enough that we can't get him in. I've also got this guy who's recently come onto the scene for Man City after getting the winner against Crystal Palace, and that's Kelechi Iheanacho, I'm going to go with that as his pronunciation, but looks a really good player, really young and fast, which is exactly what I look for in strikers. But we've obviously got other options that we could go with potentially as well, but he's someone that I like the look of. Only 11 months left on his contract. And then we've got Manu Garcia. Isn't it weird? First name Manu, and he plays for Man City. Yeah, 17-year-old, 61 overall. Again, looks a very good player. I'd like him to grow a little bit more, though, before I start to invest in the younger talent. So we'll probably wait until January to look at those in more depth. And now on to the next game against Crystal Palace. We are going to play this match back in a minute, so I've decided on the team, and hopefully we can get ourselves a win here. Okay, this is the team I've gone with. It's pretty much my starting 11, as you'd expect. However, Coquelin does start at CDM instead of Aaron Ramsey, just to kind of change things around a little bit. I want to give some players an opportunity to perform and show us what they've got, and obviously he does play quite often in real life, so yeah, I've decided to put him in for that reason, really. And that's the bench I've gone with. Oxlade-Chamberlain does replace... is it Ward-Prowse? Yeah, it is Ward-Prowse on the bench, who's actually on as a reserve player. I'm going to be using him in this game. So let's go on with the match against Crystal Palace now. Hopefully get ourselves another win and try and move further up the league. We're at Selhurst Park for this game. I really want to win. We need to put in a good performance here. Cazorla through to Coquelin. Still going, and it's saved. That's a big hand on that one. And again, it will be cleared by Crystal Palace's defence. Oh, well played. I think that was Cazorla through to ÖZIL. And off the post and in 1-0, 40th minute. Decent first half for us. And we've got ourselves a goal just before we go into the second half. And that is it for the first half. We are still winning the game 1-0. A decent first half performance from us. Not brilliant, but it was good enough, obviously, to get ourselves to that goal. We need to probably change it slightly. ÖZIL's not being great. I know he scored the goal, but... other than that, he's not done a lot for us. So what I might do is move Sanchez over to there and bring on Theo Walcott or Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think I'll try out the Ox, actually. So we'll take off ÖZIL, swap Sanchez and the Ox around, and hopefully that's going to be good enough to start getting the wide men playing a little bit better, because they haven't been great at the moment. We're going to make some more changes now. Now I want to take Cazorla off. I'm also wanting to bring on Theo Walcott. So I might just stick Cavani behind Theo Walcott. But again, I kind of want to rest Cavani as well a little bit. We'll bring on Aaron Ramsey and take off, I think, Jack Wilshere, though. We'll keep Cavani on and let him see out the rest of the game to hopefully get us another goal. Crystal Palace with the corner here. Sacco to take. This is just need to get it out straight away here. Czech's gone up for it, and he's done superbly. Let's just lay it off here to Aaron Ramsey so we can go on a bit of a counter-attack. Up to Walcott. Does he have any support here? Oh my god, he couldn't get round Decore, but he's won us a free kick anyway. Oh no, he hasn't. He's actually given away a free kick somehow. They've left some space at the back now. Walcott trying to get past Scott Dan. Oh my god. Oh, he's still going. Theo Walcott. See, at least it took a deflection there. It could have been worse. But yeah, it is still 1-0 at the moment. And that is it. We have won the game 1-0. Managed to get ourselves another 3 points. Okay, it wasn't the best 3 points, but we did deserve to win it. And we probably should have got another goal, really. We had 3 shots on target, 4 shots. So not a great deal of shots, but still getting used to the gameplay. That's what I'm putting it down to. Not quite got used to the style of play now, because it's a lot different to FIFA 15. For those of you that don't already know, you can't just walk through any side anymore. You have to really play it through. And we are now second in the league, so we've got maximum points from the 2 games. So yeah, we are on 6 points. 3 emails to look at, and Rabiot has accepted the contract. He is our new signing. Flawney has gone the other way, and that is very good news for us. Let's see what overall he is. Okay, he's 76, so better than I thought, actually. 20 years old, 76 overall is very decent. So yeah, that's very good news for us. And he'll kind of just, I think he'll slot in front of Arteta a little bit. I don't really like Arteta. I don't even know why he's still here, really. I think I've just kept him to kind of keep Arsenal fans on my side a little bit, because I'm not a huge fan of him in game due to his lack of pace. I've got nothing against his skill attribute stats. They are pretty decent, but his age and his lack of pace and the fact he's injury prone all really put me against him, to be honest, but he might play some cup games, who knows, but we'll just have to see. We're getting in youngsters really, mainly into the side, so I'd rather play them than someone who's coming to the end of the career. Transfer offer in for a young centre forward that I've got, Alex I'll call him, and yeah, 113 grand from Accrington Stanley. It's not his valuation, is it? So we're just going to accept it, really. I was tempted by the counter offer, but we're just going to accept it. We'll stop like the messing around. It's only 20 grand that I'm losing. I decided not to do any drills this week, just purely because I wanted to rest the players fully for this Liverpool match that we have coming up at home. And the player was sold, 110 grand added onto our budget. And I've also got another player sold. That's another 110 grand added onto the budget. We've now got a game against Liverpool to play. It's a home match. This is the team I'm going to be playing with. Basically, we've got Gabriel coming back into the side. Gibbs also starts this one just to give him a bit of a chance. Ramsey comes back into the team. And other than that, the attacking four have both kept exactly the same. It'd be really good if we could get ourselves a win against Liverpool here, just to kind of show that we can beat some of the bigger teams. Because I think the first game was against West Ham, which we won, and the last game was against Crystal Palace. So we need to play some of the bigger sides with some of the better players and hopefully try and get some decent results against them. This could be the first game in which we can do that. I'm going to quickly make a bit of a tactical change, and that's the fact that we don't really have any wingers at the moment. ÖZIL wants to come inside, Cazorla's obviously already inside, and then Sanchez also likes to drift inside occasionally. So we've got nobody just kind of stood out on the wing, and we need someone that can do that. Obviously, it's good that they're coming inside and trying to make chances, but at the same time, you want somebody out there to pass to, don't you, really? So we're going to spread out our wingers slightly more. It looks like it's a huge gap now in between the centre attacking mid and wingers, but it won't be in game. It should be fine. Hopefully that improves things going forward as well, because we have struggled to find any space any space inside so we can play it through. So hopefully that improves that. ÖZIL's managed to get back off Cavani, and it's 1-0. That all came out of nowhere. We'll watch that one back on the replay. Brilliant strike from ÖZIL, and it kind of works that time a little bit. ÖZIL's a bit further out and managed to come back inside this time, so it did create some space inside because Cavani moved out wide and dragged the defender with him. And that's a brilliant strike to make it 1-0. Loads better from us. A very good little style of play as well that we've got going on here with the passing and movement as well between players. And we are winning 1-0. Brilliant stuff. And that is it for the first half. We are still winning the game 1-0. Managed to get ourselves a goal just before we went into half-time, which is brilliant for us. Not really kept possession too well, on 37%, so in fact we've kept it awfully. But yeah, we do have a couple of players a little bit low in energy. Cazorla isn't doing too well in terms of energy, but yeah, he never really seems to do that well with his stamina. But we might take him off. We might, because he's not been great in the air, and he hasn't done a lot in passing in games, so I might take him off. I mean, who do I bring on? We'll bring on Danny Welbeck, I think. Try that out. Cavani in front of him. Hopefully that partnership will work. We'll just have to see and kind of give it a bit of a trial in this game. Cavani to turn and shoot, and it's a good save by Mignolet, followed up, and it's Jack Wilshere who's scored 2-0. It's not offside. We're only 4 minutes into this game, and already we've managed to double our lead. Brilliant strike from Cavani. Mignolet just basically palmed it back into the path of Jack Wilshere, but look at his movement. He follows up the shot, and he gets his rewards by nodding it in. 2-0 we're winning now. Brilliant. Through to ÖZIL. Can he get another shot away? ÖZIL or Cavani? Oh my god, off the bat, and Welbeck. About time somebody scored. 3-0. Just under 20 minutes to go, and we've managed to extend the lead further. Brilliant from us. Sanchez down the right-hand side, cuts inside, and was trying to be prodded back to Cavani. It didn't work, but it was a decent strike anyway, and out for a corner. Wilshere to take. And anybody in there? No, punched away by Mignolet. Ramsey to Bellerin. Koscielny, go and have a go. Have a go, Koscielny. Yeah, probably shouldn't have. And that is it. We have won the game 3-0. Brilliant result in the end. I've managed to beat Liverpool very comfortably. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. So yes, that is it for this episode. I won't be doing any more drills or anything like that until the next episode. Got a game against Man City coming up in the Capital One Cup, which should be a very interesting one in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe as well if you haven't already. That'd be really appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.